Okay, so I will start from bad things what's happened with me. Uh, in November, I was came to Egypt and especially to the hub. And what's happened? Leila said to me, Ksani, I miss you so much. I would like to come, but I don't have money. I say, okay, come, and you can share my apartments with me, and I will pay. She was came, and I was rent for us apartments. But in that time, I take decision to stay in hotel because I wanted to get some, good vibes, sunny, sea, like for what all people around the world they came to Egypt to get a little bit sun, relaxing, chilling. And that time she came, and she came to me in Mirage Village and she asked me for help. So I know I was not the owner, and I asked like, what about can we make some market? And just one notice before, in 2022, we start with Leila, very good market, very good business, make in Amanda market for selling some food together. And we actually was very good team. I was teach her a lot how to make organize, how to make financials plan, how to make attention. And she, in that time, she was very good cooker. She was love to cook, but of course what I didn't like it was some mess in kitchen, this and this, and this is what our fighting together. In that time we was live together, and at the same time we will share apartments together. It's very important. And like this time in November when I came, she asked me like to come, so I was pay for her apartments, and at the same time she get asking for make market in Mirage Village. At the same time the market was closed in Amanda, but in that time, because I was like witness when owner was from Amanda, call her and say, Leila, why not we can have our market? Why you go outside and you make? So in the same time, she get opportunity to make second market, and was up after happen. After happen, I left Egypt. I was back to my country, and she said to me, Sani, I would like to speak with owner, and I would like to stay here. I say, you can do this, but please, you supposed to pay money. Is my friend? Please, by respect, by reputation, please, you're supposed to pay money. She said, yes, of course. And actually, I have many video and screenshot of that. And what's happened, what I know it, price was 10,000 pounds by December. And I offered my friend 2,000, and she offered for him 5,000. And she said, sorry, I don't have money, can I pay 7,000? So my friend said, okay. And what happens after when I come to January? So in January happened like what I came, and I find what she didn't pay. For this apartment, 10,000. And in that time, she finds some girl, her name was Lina. Who is this Lina, I don't know, but because of this Lina, they was make some problems in this Mirage Hotel. So the Mirage Hotel says, sorry, I don't want any problems or any troubles, so we will stop market. So the Leila took this girl and she say, okay, let's share apartments together. I don't know who is lie, who is say true, I don't know. This is what I get information for them. Lina say what she paid 5,000, and Leila supposed to pay 5,000 for owner. So total 10,000. But at the end of the month, she didn't pay, and owner says, sorry, you're supposed to leave the apartments. And how they make in Egypt, they doesn't say you true, they never say you true in the face, but they say, sorry, my father, mother come, my friends come, so please leave apartments, go. Because why? Because it doesn't have contract. So guys, in any step you make in Egypt, you're supposed to go to lawyer who speak English, who speak Russian, who speak German, who speak Arabic, and make contract for any step you make. So because this was like friends connection, my friends say, okay, like you can leave and let's see how business will be go. So in the end of the January, we start to live like Leila, Alina, Leila's daughter and son, plus one boy was start came all the time, his name Mahmoud, and another fiance of Lina start came, plus dog, plus cat. And when I came, I supposed to share this apartment, but I find every day noisy, every day so dirty, every day shouting, smoking cigarettes, only cigarettes. And I start ask Leila, who is this old people? So she started to create me some story where she took it Lina cannot cook, she don't know how to cook. And Lina started to say to me, I don't know how to cook, how to clean, and I find apartments very dirty, very disgusting. And she said to me, I was living very nice city in Cairo, and I all the time have housekeeping. So she said these words direct to my face, And me, I was believe. I was so stupid, I was believe. So in the next of February, we was forced, yeah, to leave apartments because they doesn't pay for these apartments, and they was find new apartments, and the owner say 15,000. And you know why? I was agreed to share them apartment because in that time I was trust and believe Leila, because I was love her like my sister, my friend with who I was living many years, with who we start business, with who we start kids. Like we was like family. Maybe not like husband and wife. Sometimes it's collapse happen with husband and wife. And in that time, she was crying. She starts so cry. And you know what? Which kind of apartments we get? We get apartments, one bedroom, one living room with kitchen. And all these 5-7 people was every day came in apartments. But I say, okay, I can share with you 15,000. So every one of us supposed to pay 5,000. And she was so cry. So I bring for her 5,000. I say, okay, I pay to you, but mostly I will not stay in these apartments. So most of time I was go live in camp. After I was travel another side of Egypt, and you know I was back just before 1 week apartments was ended. And you know what I find? I find a lot stories. I find a lot fighting. I find a lot lies during this. And this after, when I clean all this shit, I'm not supposed to clean this shit. I didn't live here 1 month. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody must to teach. If you don't know how to do, you must to ask. But it's not okay to live like this. Everything must be clean. Like once I get message, in this area was live the owner of or broker who was take these apartments. So he started to ask me for some money. I say sorry, I don't have any money because I am guest, I'm friend, and I don't know anything of numbers. So please contact Layla. The second day, Layla sent me a message, very strict message. She said, Xania, they want like you. And when I was back from my trip, I find what no one live in these apartments. Lina was moved to her brother. Leila was moved to Cairo. She took it Mariam and Mohammed, and Mahmoud goes somewhere. So in the end of this last week, I become live alone. So finally, I think myself, finally I will have peace. But peace doesn't happen. What's happened after? Leila messaged me and she said, Xania, you're supposed to leave immediately apartments, take your stuff and go outside. I was thinking, how I can go outside? Why you saying these words? Why? Because the broker say you're supposed to pay for electricity and for internet. If you doesn't pay, please immediately leave apartment. And they start to force. I say sorry, I'm your friend. I just share 5,000 with you. Why you talk with me by this way? And after she changed her position, she say, okay, if he will start speak with you bad way, please call me. We will call police, this and that. And one day I come, the broker came, and he was maybe so angry, so aggressive because he was. Don't believe Layla. She's somewhere far away in Cairo, and someone, friendly with her. And he started like speak with me very rude way. And in the end, I say, Layla, I don't understand all this. And she says, like, don't worry, I have police, I will call. I say, you can call, but I will stay in this apartment during the time. So what's happened after? 1 week was passing. During this evening, where was this fighting and this and that, like, I was a little bit scary, guys. I was really a little bit scary. So you always must choose, because in Egypt, they doesn't have regulation for apartments, for payment, for check receive, you know.
The owner of the flat, Karim and Mohammed Bal, because they are so greedy. Okay, so they said you have to give us the money for the electricity and internet, 1,500 electricity plus 350 internet. Okay, this is more than much. This is too much. Okay, we didn't spend all this money. We won't buy it anyway. So I said no. If I pay, I would finish the month and then I would pay. He said no, you pay now or leave the flat to leave. I said okay, we'll leave the flat to leave. Okay, so please, dear, collect your stuff and leave, and I will send Mahmoud to collect our stuff. Okay, and all the rest of our stuff there and to put them in our user's flat. Okay, till I come next week. Okay, or by the end of the week. Okay, so please go. I'm trying to reach you, but your phone is closed, turned off, and I can't reach you. When you listen to my voice, go directly and collect all your stuff from the house because I will give him the flat today to finish this end of the story. Okay, thank you. I paid to the.
And in this time, I was like a little bit scary. So I asked it, I was trying to call Lina. Lina, she's this girl with who was live like 1-2 weeks in the another apartment. And I started to call her and her brother, who just yesterday offered me iftar, who was so friendly and smiling. And suddenly I find they just blocked me. They just blocked me during they took it some my coffee machine, Layla's bag, and 100 pounds slave. You can imagine the story. So I find the next day they block me. I think was so surprised, like why you block me? Just yesterday you invite me for iftar and you say welcome and anything, share life together and thank you for what you cost my sister, and because of my sister you lost your business and this and that. And I find they like block me. I know where they live, so I go to the place. They like live in compound, and after I find the manager, I send manager message, say please, you're supposed to, if they don't want back my stuff, you can ask them. So in the next day, this fiancé, he was so aggressive and so angry. He came in my garden and he was locked to my door, and he very aggressive way was speak with me. I say, why you speak with me by this? But I didn't speak by him because he didn't take my bag, he didn't take my coffee machine and the payment for some bracelets is like that. So in the end, I see everybody with connection, but they just put me in rubbish. Why they put me in rubbish? Because this question I didn't get until today. So after a while, Layla was trying to She said to me she will call me and we will talk, but 1 week, second week was passing, and I sent her message. This message her, and she didn't respond. A response. She didn't answer, and I understand she just want to ignore. And I asked her, please, you're a public person, you're so active person in the hub, everybody know you. Please explain me as your friend, who many years was help you, who sent you money by dollars, by euro, by Egyptian pound, who bring you a lot stuff from outside Egypt for your bakery, for some mixer blender, who share apartments with you, who give you money for apartments. Tell me to the face. We many years live together. Why this ugly divorce? Why this angry faces? Why? Explain me by correct, direct way. But no, she start ignore me and no answer. And the most important, guys, she didn't pay 15,000 pounds for my friend. And my friend say, we doesn't have any contract, so this kind of people, they maybe not pay. I say, how? We was believed by words, it's supposed to pay. No. And these things make me very sad, very frustrating, very break my heart. And at the same time, I ask her friend, very friend, her colleague teacher from the hub. And in the first day, she was so friendly, so nice. Ksania, what's happened? How are you? I say, I just need advice from our together friend Layla. And the second day, she messaged me and she just says this word. So after many years, what's happened? Layla just say, I don't want to talk with Ksania anymore. So what's happened for 1-2 months? If we was know each other 7 years. But you know what, guys? What I don't believe nowadays? Because this kind of situation with money problems, with life problems, with work, with relationship, it's really fuck up people's mind. Man or woman, doesn't matter. And at the same time, people lost control. They lost coordinates, and they start to play these games. They try to take money from one box and to put another box. They try to find one man, and after they find another woman, another man, another woman, another group, another people. And this circle, I was go by myself. I don't blame them. I just explain you how the situation going nowadays in Egypt. How people become very greedy, very selfish, looking for benefits, looking for users. Because no one from this group, suddenly in the end, they didn't want to talk with me. But just 2 months ago, they offered me coffee. They was invite me to share them apartments, to pay money. I was invite Layla many times for dinner. I was pay for this dinner. She never invite me for dinner. We was share business together. We was work together. But many things I don't like. I didn't like the way like cooking food. It's not clean. Was our place so rubbish, so dirty, and no one was clean about this. And it's all the time was fighting. I asked it, why all these people? Explain me what's happened. And this time really I didn't understand like what's happened. What's happened? I just came for holiday. I would just like to spend with you my time. Why all these circle people around? No. But this is what I see. People will search for them private benefits. And for me, I was just interrupt in all this. And after, no explain, no nothing. So guys, this is my advice. Please, you can come to Egypt for holidays, for Red Sea, for diving. But if you would like to go deep in relationship, in business relationship, in friend relationship, please have this line. Look for red flags. After I get a lot of red flags. After this situation become end, I get a lot of red flags in this whole story with all these people, with these groups. And you know what I would like to say? I say what I learn. I learn very good things from Egyptian people, wallahi. And at the same time, I meet a lot of good Egyptian friends, my business partners. But I just give my advice and example about my case. Please, don't trust anyone in this country, only you. Always try to think, criticize. Why this person with me? Why she or he with me? Why he want to help me? Why he so friendly with me? What he want from me? Because like you can say in the beginning like you friends with benefits and you look this. Or you just friends for traveling or partnership or whatever. But Egyptian people, they have amazing skills for learn and to keep by smart way another experience. And we know, like in tourist places, people all the time looking for money, for work, for private benefits, for relationship, for women, for men also. And what I was seeing during this time, especially people who work in tourist places, they're so smart and they're so clever. And after they start using skills, how they look, how foreigners people they treat themselves. Because like for example, I'm sales manager. I'm really sales manager, and many of my skills I was learned in Egyptian people. And when I'm in shop, I was work as sales also in shop. I know which people came to my shop. I know these people from Europe. I know these people from Slavic country. I know these people from Asia. I know these Arabs people. I know these American or Canadians, and I know this Egyptian. So for every one of them, I give different price, like $5, like how much cost your bracelet. And I start to say, it's cost €5, it's cost €1, it's cost €10. So, and the smart people, they use this. They know from which country you come. For example, like Scandinavian people, they're so quiet, they're so honest people. But they don't trust easily. They can smile, but they don't trust. But some people say they're so honest, and we know how we'll communicate with them. Egyptian people so smart, and they know how to communicate with Egyptian. And it's amazing how snaky they use way, both of them, not only men's, because most of negative things I hear about Egyptian Ahmeds or Mohammeds. No. Women the same. Women the same exactly. Wallahi. You know why? Because when people live in tourist places, they know how to act. They know how to treat tourists or foreigners. And at the same time, they know how to treat Egyptian people. But because they are Egyptian, they know each other, so they're not so interested to get some benefits or money from Egyptian, but they're looking for foreigners. So in my case, I was this example. What I know it, like I'm Ukrainian, I live in Finland, I have my stable life, and my friend asked all the time to help. And I sent a lot money. And this, by the way, this words also says this Lina and her brother and them friends. I say, no. We're pure relationship with Layla. It's only love. It's only good things together. In that time, because I was, stupid. I was just like blinding. No, but they know. They make this, face. Oh, I'm so sick. I'm so feel bad. I lost my job. Me need help. Please support me. And I was who this. I truly was helped from my heart, from my feelings. But during the last years, I didn't help a lot with money. But if I have opportunity to buy some blender for €50, I did this. So this is life. This is my experience in Egypt 2026. I hope maybe this story helps someone. And I know smart people, they took another experience, but we're not clever. We need our pain, we need our stones in our bag after we can understand. And maybe this story end, I don't know. So take care of yourself. Yalla.